Welcome to the Bogey Ball Society Christmas special. I'm going to try to keep this brief because I've got a glass full of eggnog. I've got a Christmas tree behind me, and you have one of the funniest episodes we've ever recorded, if not the funniest episode we've ever recorded, waiting for you, like moments away. It's going to happen any second. I'm just going to keep talking until it happens. You're going to hear the music, you're going to get excited, and then it's just going to be Christmas joke after Christmas. No, I don't want to pump it up too much, but oh man, it was pretty fun. All right, well, enjoy. Can we just say hi real quick to the Christmas llama?
Merry Christmas, Christmas llama.
It's got a scarf. It's very festive.
Oh my gosh.
Now it looks like I have
If
a
you
long
pull
neck.
it any
and a
higher,
scarf.
you're gonna like show nipple, and I don't want to see it.
It's more festive than Hayes. That's for
Hayes,
sure.
Hayes,
That's
Hayes.
true,
What did you call it?
This is a Tim Burton Christmas apparel. Yeah. I really don't have any contribution to the holiday party or anything like that.
It's
Oh,
so
that is-
good.
Oh, nice.
It's
That
so
is lovely.
It's so good.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers. Hey,
Now I got to take
happy
another sip
holidays.
immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I suppose now I should welcome everyone to the Bogey Ball Society podcast
Oh.
Christmas party.
Yeah, welcome, guys. That's right. We didn't actually
Merry
have an official
Christmas.
welcome.
Yep. Merry Christmas.
This is our holiday episode, so we're going to drop this one right before Christmas, and then we'll see you back here in January. Fellas, how we doing?
Doing
Not
very
too
well,
bad.
thank you.
Not too bad.
Got a little boozy nog.
Are you sweating?
Oh, no, it's very comfortable, actually. Yeah.
I'm
It's-
definitely not
yeah.
asking Jason in the t-shirt. I'm asking you two in those
Yeah, no,
sweaters.
I'm
well,
quite
it's
comfortable.
cold
I
here
love
in
this.
Los Angeles. It's like 59 degrees, so
Oh,
I had to put a
Jesus.
sweater on.
Brr.
We hit a high of 52 today in Wisconsin.
Nice,
Wow.
congratulations.
It was-
It was around that here
It was
too. but-
it was exceptional. It was awesome.
Matt, I have to ask you, being from northern LA or outside of LA, how do you is it hard to get into the Christmas spirit? Like, do you struggle with watching all these holiday movies with snow and cold and scarves, and your kids are like, Dad, let's go swimming in the pool and let's put lights on our palm tree in our front yard. Like, is it different?
I had that question too. Do you decorate palm trees?
Absolutely. So actually, that is still on my to-do list. I've done the house, but I have palm trees, and I bought giant ornaments for our palm tree for this year to make it extra festive. No, I don't struggle with the festivity aspect of it, but I grew up in Connecticut, and I feel like that was plenty of cold for me those first 20 plus years. I don't really need it. We are not terribly far, to be honest, from there's Big Bear Lake, there's Lake Arrowhead. Those are both at, I want to say 5,000 or 5,500 feet elevation, so they get snow. There's ski runs up there, so if we want to go do that, it's only a couple hours away. The only time we took the kids to a cabin one time that was only an hour from us that had snow, and we got charged like $3,000 by the owner because they said that our kid flushed a toy down the toilet and clogged it irreparably, which I can say for sure he did not. I know for sure that he didn't do that, but it did clog while we were there, which was really terrible. So, but we were the ones who tried to fix it, and anyway.
Sure.
So yeah, so we haven't gone back to that town. I don't think we're welcome, to be fair. But no, it's everybody decorates. There's like a candy cane lane half a mile from us that is every single house
cool.
that's actually in their HOA rider that they have to decorate. And my favorite are the houses that clearly don't want to be a part of that. And so they have like one light,
One projector.
or one, there's like one thing, and everybody else is Clark Griswold. Like everybody else is Hayes. Hayes, can we just talk,
Yep.
just scooch out of the way so we can see out of your window?
Yeah, so I've got a wraparound porch, and so that window looks out on one section of the porch. And so there are two Christmas trees on the porch, and so you can see every spire of my wraparound porch is wrapped in Christmas lights. I did some quick napkin math to get ready for the podcast. 18,000.
Dollars?
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
No,
probably.
so my favorite part of Christmas every year is going to Lowe's on like the 20th or 21st and buying up all the lights that are on clearance. And then I pack them away in totes. And then next year, when it's time to decorate, I've got a tote full of surprises of stuff that I completely forgot that I bought. And I got to put it on the house.
How many man hours goes into that haze?
Weeks. So what happens is I get
Wow.
home from work. I do the normal, dad's home stuff. When the kids are in bed, I'm going outside and I try to get in a couple hours a night. And then so do that for about 2 weeks. And at some point
Wow.
there's a Saturday or Sunday where it's like dad's outside. But honestly, like the first strand of these lights was on the house on October 31st. Like I took all the Halloween stuff down, put up one strand of Christmas lights and said, the next holiday has begun, baby.
Wait, you took the Halloween stuff
Yeah.
down before Halloween night?
No, that night on October 31st,
That night.
took it all down. And I
You're
hate
the-
Halloween decorations. I don't have many, honestly.
As like little Johnny's walking up to your
Yeah.
front door to get
Get
some
out.
candy in his
Right.
Batman
Get out
costume.
of here. Holiday's over.
This one's over, kid.
You're just throwing
Here's
candy
an
at them.
apple.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's an apple and a pencil. Get out of here.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
exactly.
Well, exactly.
So, Hayes,
But I-
it must be something that's like therapeutic for you then to go through that sort of labor of love. Like it has to be
Nope.
something that you thoroughly enjoy doing.
I enjoy because I'm winning. Everyone in this neighborhood knows I'm winning at Christmas. That's what I enjoy most about it. No, I'm joking. I do, but I gotta tell you, I do love it every time I look out my window and I see a car slow down and kind of take it in. I'm like, yeah, that's right. I'm doing better than you this year, buddy.
Yeah. They're just casing the joint to see if there's anybody walking around inside that house. Because
Yeah.
I've seen
Right,
Home Alone
right.
400
Joe Pesci's
times. I
out
know
there
how
with a
it is.
crowbar.
That's right.
Now, what about you, Jason? Brian, any lights on the house? What's the place look like?
We have the jumbo ornaments and a couple trees in the front yard. I do not. We have a couple birch trees outside of our 2 bay windows, and I normally wrap those with lights. I haven't gotten to that quite yet, but the porch is decorated, and we have 2 Christmas trees up in the house. All Christmas decorations up. The stockings are hung by the chimney with care, as you can see, and
That was
you know,
beautiful.
we've got that going on. So, but no, not lights on the house yet. And I've been a bit of a slacker on that. I'm not gonna lie. It's
Jason,
not really.
Christmas is in like 2 days.
We'll get there, but
We're definitely not
Yeah,
pre-recording this
it's-
before Christmas. This is
I'm
this
not
is
a-
dropping live. Christmas is tomorrow, for all I know. I don't know when Christmas is, but
I do. I love Christmas. I'm not a bah humbug. We actually we went to see my parents today, and there's a Salvation Army Christmas light set up at the park in my hometown, and you walk through that, and there's music and a bunch of in memoriam
Nice.
trees and decorations and lights. That was a blast. So we had a fun day with that. And again, it was like 41 degrees when we did that. Thursday morning it's going to be -2. So we took advantage of the warm weather while we had it.
Yeah.
Fahrenheit?
Fahrenheit, -2. Yes, sir.
Oh, that's
Yep,
ridiculous.
you bet.
Why bother going
You
below
bet.
0? What's the benefit? Who does that help?
Right.
just-
I even
we're
have a
just
scale.
getting started.
That's right.
It's just to make it worse.
Wow.
Well, we have some lights up on the house too. I'm still kind of figuring out the best setup for what we have, but like in front of our garage, I have a nice like a big 4-foot wreath that has a spotlight on it, and we got the candle lights in every window. And then for the front porch, we have like a farmer's porch, but we don't have it's kind of just like it's 4 columns and then it's just open. So I don't have kind of the railings to run across and really do a setup there. So I have some lit garland that I actually like drape down in between the different columns.
All right.
And then light the columns as well. But I'm still trying to figure out the best overall setup for
Brian, if you want to
Yeah.
buy me a ticket for next year, I'll come out and consult on your decorations.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That would be wonderful. That'd be fantastic. I'll
We
have
need a little
to
QR code
take
we
out
can put for
a
Hayes'
second mortgage.
holiday consultations.
Yeah, it sounds like you got a business opportunity there, Hayes. Maybe early retirement in the works for you.
No, because I mean, buying a bunch of lights I don't need on clearance is still money for things that I don't need. You know.
Yeah, true.
Now, the other thing I got to ask you guys: are you guilty like me of the month of December is just an endless train of Elf and National Lampoon's quotes that drives your spouse insane?
Francisco, that's fun to say. Francisco.
Like I don't know how to carry on a conversation without dropping a Christmas Vacation quote or two. Bend over and
Yeah.
I'll show you.
Right.
That kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah.
I think I've heard you say that before.
My wife and I have we really love The Ref, which is a wildly inappropriate holiday movie, especially with kids around.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one.
Oh, do yourselves a favor. It's that and Die Hard that I cannot wait to show my kids when they're like 20. Like they are. The Ref is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. It's a holiday movie, takes place in Connecticut, and a guy basically is a burglar. There's a booby trap. He manages to escape, but the small town cops are everywhere. They put up a curfew. He ends up basically in a family's house, and he holds them hostage. And it's Kevin Spacey as the husband, and Judy. Oh, I forgot her name, but whatever, it doesn't matter. For this purposes anyway, as the wife, and they are on the verge of divorce. And by the end of it, he is like, "What is wrong with you?" Like they hate each other, and they basically hold him hostage with their hate. And his family comes over, and they have this ridiculous dinner where they all have Swedish candles on their head. It's I grew up not doing this pageant, but my sister, it's called the Santa Lucia pageant, and it's whatever. I'm gonna cut all this because you guys have never seen it, but it is so goddamn funny, and it's.
I was going to say now I don't need to see the movie.
I haven't given. The great thing is I haven't given anything away. Like it's just full of one-liners, and that movie is like one of the most quotable movies I've ever seen, especially around the holidays. And I highly recommend it. The Ref.
Got it. All right.
Yeah.
I'll add it to the queue.
Do it.
Nice.
But yes, to answer your question, we watched Elf last Friday. The kids are currently watching the Christmas Chronicles right now with my wife. I believe part 2. Kurt Russell is Santa. It's hard to go wrong. And
we watched those this week too.
Oh, they're great. They're really great.
Great movies.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's the hard thing is finding, because a lot of the movies are PG or PG-13. That are the ones that are sort of the ones. Like I really want to show them Christmas Vacation again. We showed it to them last year, and they didn't really remember it this year. And so in fact, I quoted it at dinner. I said, "Honey, the shitter's full." And my 8-year-old said, "What did you say?" And I said,
Right,
yeah, I said it. That's another word for poop. And then she just laughed hysterically, and she was like, poop, poop. And then we were fine. It's just there's a couple that I would like to show her that aren't necessarily appropriate yet. So
yeah, I'm in the same boat. I haven't actually shown them Lampoons yet. There's just a few scenes where I'm like, I really don't want to have to explain that one just yet. Which is very naive of me because I'm sure they're hearing everything at school. You know what I mean?
I know. But the scene where he's daydreaming about the pool. That's an easy fast forward. Yeah. Mm-hmm. My 8-year-old doesn't need to see that. My 4-year-old.
Yeah, but I don't want to fast forward that.
I know. It's such a great scene. It's the song that really does it. Melakalikimaka is the thing to say. That's really why I love that scene. It's like why I read the magazines for the articles. It's exactly right.
Fellas, it does occur to me, this is a golf podcast, though. I wonder if we should talk about golf-related stuff.
Oh, I guess we can.
Yeah.
We'll probably lose a few viewers.
It occurs to me, we've all had some significant equipment upgrades over the course of the year. So, we're all been very blessed on the equipment front. But I am curious, does anyone have any, ambitions or hopes that, Santa's going to bring you something on the 25th that's mildly golf-related? Any inside baseball on what might be inside baseball? Any inside golf on what might be heading your way? Not all at once. Easy.
Not all at once. I can go first. I'll take it. So for me, there's nothing I wouldn't call significant changes to the bag that I'm hoping for under the tree. But for some of the family Christmas swaps and Secret Santas, I have the my golf glove of choice on my wish list. I want to try
okay.
That's
the
smart.
Vice Pro Plus, so I got like a couple dozen of those on there, and just some of the kind of the consumables that you go through in a golf season that
Yeah.
it's not as enjoyable to go buy as like going to buy a driver for yourself that you kind of get that boost from, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
like,
Right.
I'm gonna go through 3 or 4 gloves this year. Maybe I can get them for Christmas and not have to worry about it.
That's smart. I like that.
I think there's also an aspect of not putting down a driver, because then everybody in your family knows how much a driver costs, and they're all like, "Why do you have so many of these?"
Right. Right. Yeah.
I got them on sale. They were
Right.
on sale.
Yeah.
I'm so
Right. It
cheap.
was
I
a
haven't
floor
bought
model.
I haven't bought a brand new anything in a long time. But yes, that same model applies.
Mhm.
I do not have anything golf related for the first time in a while. Mostly because my bag's in pretty good shape, and I got a deal on some golf shoes earlier this year, so I'm not in need of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what I did put on my list is something that I will end up using golf related. I put a little action camera, like it's a DJI action cam, um, and a microphone set. So two mini microphones that clip on. They're tiny. The audio is great, and because I feel like I want to start doing some encore stuff, and if I'm playing with a buddy, they auto pair to the action cam, so I don't have to do anything. They're just the audio quality is way better, and so yeah.
I was going to
So
ask you, please wear that stuff and show up as a single and get paired with people. You know what I mean?
that's a great idea. Like, and it's like a guest.
Here,
It's a
we're
guest
gonna put
spot.
this on you.
Can you imagine how weird and fantastic that video would be? Like if some rando was
Right.
just like, "Who are
Not
you?"
awkward
Like,
at all.
yeah, exactly. Oh, I don't even have a channel yet. I'm just starting one. Here, wear this microphone.
Right.
You're my first guest.
Yeah,
Right.
don't mess it up. Yeah.
Right.
But I'm excited. I actually, it's one of the things that I've been thinking about doing for the last 6 months, and it's.
Yeah.
I feel like this is now. I don't have an excuse. I can just throw that thing on. It auto pairs. I can walk around the course and
Yeah.
bore people with my pontifications as they golf.
Again, don't do big words, please. I don't understand them. Jason, what's coming, buddy?
Yeah, I'm in kind of the same boat. Bags in a pretty good spot. Golf balls are always on the list because it's one of the things I truly despise buying for myself. I really don't like to buy golf balls for myself. But the main thing I'm hoping to get a boost towards is the skillist lessons I'm planning on doing to kick off
Right.
season into full swing. So I thought that was a pretty well spent value type gift where if somebody wants to, I don't really like getting gifts, and I'm really bad at giving people ideas because I just don't really like people buying me stuff. But that's usually not an option. So I just tell them, well, you can give me some of that. You can give me some money, and I'll use it for this. So
I thought you were really gonna say that you just don't really like people, and it just ended
Oh.
there.
no, I like people pretty well.
Kind
So
of.
yeah, nothing major. Nothing major. I bought a mat over Black Friday. I got a super good deal on a mat for the garage. So that's
Nice.
I kind of just go and buy it for myself if I want it. And so it makes me kind of hard to shop for also. But
Hayes,
That much coming. So my wife and I just kind of have this deal. Like we don't really buy for each other because we kind of just have an understanding. We just kind of get what we want over the course of the year. And I rarely have to like defend a purchase or ask for permission. Every now and then when I buy like my 17th, 18th, or 19th training aid, Lee might ask me a pointed question or two, and I'll be like,
Yeah.
no, this is the one that's going to
this
fix
is
all my
the
woes.
one.
Yeah.
She's just not
Go,
allowed in
bro.
that room. Is that right?
Right. She's allowed, but she just has to step over things. Don't touch that. Don't touch this.
There's a blindfold that hangs by the door that she has to put on before she walks
Yeah.
in, and then it's fine.
Right. So, well, let me ask you this, then, fellas. So, all that aside, think big. Like, suppose the wife stumbled on a large pot of cash that she just wanted to spend on you because you're such a wonderful husband.
Absolutely.
Shoot for the stars. Like, what is the big gift? Like the ultimate ambition. You don't get to say golf simulator or something stupid that would require a loan or a major reconstruction effort in your house. Is there any large ticket item that you're kind of, would be phenomenal or would be awesome to get, but you dare not ask for it?
I have one. I have one. Mine would
Are you
be
going to tell us?
yeah, it's coming. Mine would be
He doesn't like anybody getting him anything though, so
well, right.
he's just going
I
to
don't
keep it to
like
himself.
people, so I don't want it.
If money's no object, then I don't mind people giving me stuff at all. That's no problem.
Mhm.
No, if money was no object, if there was no holds against anything, mine would be an all expenses paid trip, like 7 days out to TPI and spending 7 straight days with Greg Rose.
Dag.
Wow.
I think that would be
That's a
potentially life changing when it comes to golf.
But what happens if he can't fix you?
Then I quit. Then it's over.
That's right.
Jason, I got to be honest with you. I don't know if that's a measure of like your commitment to improvement, or do you have some sort of weird thing for Dr. Greg Rose? You know what I mean?
I mean, if that's what gets ears on the podcast and gets me out there, then it
right.
can be whatever you want it to be.
It's true.
Right. Like you wouldn't ask him for a lock of hair while you're out there, would you?
Nothing's off the table if money's no object.
Okay, first ask, no. Get a lock of hair, yes.
Right.
Yeah. You just, Greg, what's that? And then he snips, and then it's,
Right. No, just you see the videos on YouTube of pros going out there and the depth that they go into with the
Mhm.
Swing analysis and training and all that. I mean, I find all that fascinating anyway. So just that would be such a cool thing to do. That's not a TrackMan in my basement with a basement dig out for 4 extra feet and
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
all those things.
Yeah. No, I'm with you though. That would actually be really, really cool. I'd love to do that. But yeah, I hadn't even thought of that, but that's a good.
yeah. The idea of a week of one-on-one. Oh God, yeah, that's awesome.
Well, we'll make sure that Dr. Greg Rose gets this podcast, Jason, and you never know, buddy.
Well, he actually he is our number one listener who does not know he listens to our podcast. It's really
That's
quite
right.
something.
That's right. This is our Christmas miracle.
It's amazing
Dr.
you can
Greg?
crack that. Wow.
Dr.
Yeah.
Greg, thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Do we call him Dr. Greg or Dr. Rose or Dr. Greg Rose? Do we use the
Maybe
full
Dr.
the full
Greg
name?
Rose.
Yeah,
I think at this stage we should go with the full name. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, you're up.
Absolutely. Brian, what about you, sir?
I think I would go for like the Tour Spec Lab Oz putter. I would want to like go out there, see Sam, see the crew out there, and like kind of go through the tour level fitting. Maybe get some customization options that aren't available. Some prototype. There was a prototype picture that I saw that really like. I wish the Oz was that one. I think the Oz looks great, but I like that other one better. But even like going through and just seeing some of the different kind of finish options they've had, it would be really cool to have that kind of like one of one truly custom lab spec putter from them.
That's a great one. That would be sweet.
Yeah. Well, I like the idea that it's an experience too. You're not just
Mm-hmm.
getting
sure,
a
for
putter.
sure.
It's the whole thing. Getting to meet the team
Yeah.
and that's
Mhm.
great. For me, I would want a similar to Jay, but not training. I would do 2 weeks in Scotland, playing St. Andrews, all of the major venues. I just, that sounds like the absolute dream, just to be able to spend that time, drive around. I've never been. Just to be able to see the countryside, be able to bring my camera and nerd out, and not necessarily play golf every day, but just 2 weeks with I mean, ideally with the family, because I would want them to experience that too. But
Dad? Is that you?
yeah, exactly. But yeah, I just think that would be an exceptional experience, and given the prices of what that would cost, it pretty much would take a lottery win for that to just sort of manifest. So, come on, Santa.
But you do like people, so people will go with you, though. That's good. To know.
I do like people. It's true. It's true. They could
Yeah.
happily. I would happily accept that gift. No problem at all.
Nice.
From anyone, it sounds like, if you just like people.
Yeah.
Yeah, heck yeah. Dear people of Scotland, as you are our number 2 most devoted listener,
Right.
if you would like to
We'd like
sponsor
to thank
me,
our sponsor.
right?
Right. We'd like to thank
Our
our
sponsor?
sponsor, the sponsor, the government
Keep
of
that,
Scotland.
please. Keep it in there.
That's right.
No,
That's right.
that's
Exactly.
out. That's coming out.
Yeah, I will try haggis for the first time if you guys fly me out. As vile
Ugh.
as I think it sounds, I'm willing to try it. Or blood sausage, even. I'll try anything. That's British.
Those are both on the carnivore diet, so I'll eat them with you.
There you go. Apparently, Hayes is
down for
tagging
that.
along too. Apparently, this is great.
I guess I just kind of assumed.
You
Sorry.
said family. I
Well,
don't
this is
know.
awkward.
That's true. Yeah, it did. It got awkward real fast. Jason killed a guy with a trident.
Yeah, you should lay low for a while, Jason.
That escalated quickly.
Hey,
All
what
right,
about
Hayes,
you,
what's
Hayes?
your,
What would you ask?
Yeah, what's your go-to,
Hayes. What about you, Hayes?
Thanks for asking, fellas.
Hayes, what do you? What would you do?
Moto caddy.
Uh,
So I've got my eye on. Is that eggnog out of the nose? For moto
Sorry.
caddy? I don't get it. What's so funny?
It came out so fast, and it's just not at all what I was expecting. I was expecting some sort of like grand thing. You're Moto Caddy,
Preamble.
like it's on your computer screen right behind, like you're staring at it right now. Moto Caddy,
Moto caddy, please. Yeah.
fantastic.
No, so I generally walk almost. So I'm a member of Walnut Grove Country Club in Dayton, Ohio. I walk pretty much every chance I get. I wouldn't say it's hilly, but there are several holes where there's a significant incline just, from tee to green. And then the worst holes are 16, 17, at the end of your round when you're already maybe starting to get fatigued a little bit. They are significant uphill walks. And I always walk and I'm pushing a click gear. And the 16 tee shot especially, I get to the top of that climb and I'm almost a little embarrassed that I'm kind of huffing and puffing a little bit. And I'm like, aren't I supposed to be the fit one? And I've yet to meet
That's what
someone.
I thought.
Right. I've yet to meet someone who has an electric cart that doesn't swear by them. Like I feel great. I'm so much more energy. I finish strong, that kind of stuff. When I first saw them and, thought about somebody with a remote driving their cart, I just kind of laughed at that old man. But now I am that old man.
Yep.
So I would like one of those. Yeah. Yeah.
With
but
your hydrogen infused water.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to keep it golf related, right? Like I think I said it in another podcast, like for about $5,000, I could get a powered cold plunge that would circulate the water. I can't cold plunge anymore. Right now, my cold plunge on the back porch is full of a solid block of ice. I can't get in it.
It's been that cold for you?
It was 50 today, but it was in the 20s and 30s the last week, and it's a solid block of ice now. So I'm resorting to cold showers.
Actually, I guess that's fair. We have a little like pond waterfall in our backyard, and that's frozen solid too. So and it hasn't been like brutally cold, but it's been cold enough to freeze that over.
And while I'm at it, I would also like someone like, the permanent strip lights that you can, affix to the house along the roof line.
Yep.
I would love to have that. Yeah.
That's what I want, Hayes.
Yep.
That's what I want.
I was just talking about those with my dad today too. Those would be awesome.
What do those run?
Change the colors up for every holiday, and
I had a neighbor in Nebraska who got them on his house for like $5,000. No, it's like $5,000 because it's like along the roof line.
20,000 lights. I mean, yeah,
it's some labor to put it up there.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Okay.
But
yeah, I didn't.
We'll see.
Didn't know it was that much money.
I do like those.
I'm going to get a quote this year.
Well, get the quote after Christmas, so then it's discounted.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Well, then I've also got to I might need to paint the house this year. And I'm not going to put the lights on and then paint the house. See if
they'll give you a discount
while
they're painting.
It into the cost.
Yeah, while they're painting.
I see how that's going.
Right.
Throw up the lights.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can handle it, fellas. I appreciate it, but I'm on top of it. Again, lights are my department.
I wasn't asking advice.
I'll handle it.
How dare we question his intelligence on that?
Jeez.
As he sips from his reindeer mug.
Clark Griswold, who?
It's good.
What do we have in the reindeer mug, Hayes?
Bend over and I'll
For
show
the-
you. Anyway, um, this,
That's a misquote.
Apparently,
but I'll
that's
take
his
it.
third of whatever.
I'm just, I'm trying to use that quote at any opportunity, even if it doesn't fit. This is some
That's what
Johnny
she said.
Walker Black Label Scotch.
Ooh.
Oh,
It's not cheap, but it's not expensive either. It's kind of middle of the road
reasonable, yeah.
Scotch.
Kind of like
Sure.
you.
Middle, I don't know if that's an insult or not.
It depends.
Right. Hey, what do you think of that Hayes guy? He's not cheap, but he's not great. He's middle of the road. I think I could take that. Yeah. The other thing I want to ask you about, guys, I talked about the cold plunge and how I can't get in there. I've been sticking with it kind of religiously. Now I can. I'm cold showering. Does this bring to mind any like New Year's resolution-y type stuff? I mean, you're about to get into 2025. Tell me your golf resolutions, your golf commitments.
Yeah, I'll go first. I'm desperate to get back to walking 18. I took most
Desperate.
of this year off. I really love walking. I've got a push cart.
Are you riding most of your rounds then?
I am currently riding most of my rounds. So I
Okay.
lost a bunch of weight this year, and which is great. I needed to for my health, but I've been like in a serious calorie deficiency, and so when I walk, I'd get to hole 12 or 13, and just like there were a couple rounds where I almost passed out. Like it wasn't great. Like it was very clear that I wasn't able to do that. Like it was not a safe thing. So switched to riding for most of my rounds this year, and it's fine. I just don't enjoy it as much. I really enjoy the time. I also I'm a self-talker, which I know is a shock that I like to talk even to myself.
I can't wait till you get this like lens and the microphone.
It's going to be a 4-hour round. It's just 4 hours of me just talking constantly. It's going to be impossible to edit.
You're gonna get kicked out of your club, is what's gonna happen.
What club? You think I belong to a club? You're cute.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
That's just Jason
sorry.
and I.
That's right.
Yeah,
the
that's just you
fancy
two.
ones. Yeah.
Non-festive.
Middle of the road Scotch. I'm gonna get that in. I'm gonna get that engraved on a little thing for your locker.
Middle of the road.
Middle of the road. But
That's gonna be our first review on the podcast. How's the
that's
podcast?
absolutely.
It's not cheap.
It's
not
not
great.
cheap. It's not great.
It's middle of the road.
Middle of the road. That's right. No, it's I really enjoy it, and I need to work back up to it. And so one of the things that I plan on doing is going for walks throughout the week that are on the longer side. So even if that means waking up early or doing a small walk in the morning and then a small walk on my lunch break, just to build up the stamina, because it's something that I really miss. And I know I am better mentally when I walk, because it allows me the time to digest what shot I just hit and then think about the shot that's coming up, as opposed to jumping in the cart, cursing at myself or praising myself, and then getting to the ball and then being like, oh, I don't even know what shot I'm hitting. Which
So Matt, let me ask you something. Are you the type who, so you just put that out there? Do you want your three buddies here to like ask you how that's going and check up on you, or do you
Yeah.
want to be left alone? Because
yeah,
keep
no,
in mind
it's
that your three podcast mates here, we're going to be with you in 18 months, kind of seeing if you've kept up with the walking, because you're going to be doing a lot of walking.
That's also the main goal is playing Sand Valley and walking 4 days in a row, at least 18 a day, or right, 3 days in a 4 or 5 days, whatever it is. I don't remember how many days, but walking 18 a day that's not a small thing. And especially some of those courses are on the long side. I believe Hayes insists on playing the tips, which is annoying, but
Yep.
I mean, I won't be playing. I'll just be
He's
waving
very
at him,
insistent.
but he'll be walking further, and then I don't want to hear it from him. He makes fun of me for not walking as far. And him with his moto caddy chasing him, but I will then make fun of.
Yes.
Perfect. So right, your cart's chasing you. It's right. Just, but yeah, no, I really want to be able to walk those days and not collapse at the end of every day and be like, I can't do anything else. I want to be able to,
I'd appreciate that, because I don't want to be conflicted about. I mean, I know you're down, but I've got a tee time for the next 18.
Yeah.
So,
But I like being able to play 36 in a day is a real goal. Like I really want, and honestly, even if it was walking 18 and karting 18, to be able to have the energy to be able to play that second 18 is a big part of it. So
You can do it, but we are also going to stop at GNC and load you up with some stuff.
Absolutely.
So some
Right.
some big dose of pre-workout on the 14th hole.
Yeah. Bend over and
There
I'll
we
show
go.
you. Right. That's
Right. Right. You will be crapping your pants, okay, but you'll have all kinds of energy. It's going to be great. Yeah. Jason, how about you, sir?
Yeah, mine's going to be working on getting my handicap down into the single digits. That's my big goal for 2025 is I'd like to get, even if it's 9.9, I'd really like to get there in 2025. So that's going to be the skillest plan. So working with a coach, a couple lessons a month, hitting balls in the garage. And then I've got stack as well. So working on increasing some swing speed. I don't swing slow, but I would like to swing faster. So
Have you started the stack yet?
I have not started it yet. And I've kind of, so once golf season ended, my workout regimen changed. So I'm trying to get to I never really lost a general level of strength, but trying to get to a point where I want to start from and then get into stack that way. I would also, that I may hold off a little closer to February, and then I can have 3 solid months of stack going into the golf season, and I can take January and February to really focus on swing changes. I know you can do them simultaneously, but I'd rather focus on one thing first and feel like I'm making progress before I jump into a switch of trying to swing faster. Whether it makes sense or not, it makes sense in my head. So
yeah. Well, I mean, at least you got a plan. You're sticking to it's going to be the challenge, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll have to not embarrass myself playing golf with you guys. So that's a pretty strong motivator.
Hey, you are
We'll
the
find a way.
average Wisconsin golfer.
I am.
don't think you have anything to worry about.
I
You
am.
just had Matt explain that he might pass out on the 15th hole, so I don't think you need to worry about it.
No. Now that Hayes is bringing suppositories, I'm going to be fine.
Right.
So,
Right. Brian, we'll go to you next, but before we do, Brian, I did my homework leading up to this. I just want to remind you and our listeners. In episode 3 was our off-season episode. Brian
Yeah.
said,
Yep.
and I quote, "Going to be starting up some of the Fit for Golf workouts. I have some
Mhm.
dumbbells and bands."
Yep.
On the next episode,
Mm-hmm.
episode 4 was with Mike Carroll at Fit for Golf. If our listeners remember, Mike described a new series of workouts called 5 minutes a day workouts. Brian replied, "I know I have 5 minutes a day. I can do that. I'm going to start that tomorrow." So,
Mhm.
Brian, 2 things. One, I wish you weren't a liar. And 2, have you started doing those 5-minute workouts?
Nope.
Merry Christmas, by the way, Brian.
Merry Christmas. Appreciate you, Hayes. No, this
Everyone
is good.
needs
This
an
is
arch
good.
nemesis, and thank you for
This
being
is
you.
true. I haven't started the Fit for Golf workouts. Yeah, no, there's really no excuse there. I've done some curls and some pull-ups and
Now I
push-ups
feel bad.
and that stuff, but no, it is. So we ended up we took my oldest son on a cruise, kind of like right after those podcasts. So bad planning on my part there. Wasn't bringing workout equipment on the ship and did not make it to the gym at the ship. Shocking. I know that's where you like to go, Hayes.
Well, it's too bad there's no gyms on these ships.
Yeah, no, definitely not. No, they don't. Why would they do that?
I'm not helping.
Why would they do that?
isn't that where they store the third buffet?
Yes,
Right.
yes, exactly.
That's where
an
they keep
empty
all
room.
the
No-
desserts.
That's right. Nobody's in
Right.
here.
This
Just,
doesn't
yeah.
count. This
Yeah.
this doesn't count.
We got
Yeah, the
one.
old 12-ounce girl.
That's right.
No, but yeah, that is definitely on the docket. But I'm even thinking simpler for kind of like what my New Year's resolution would be, because even more pitiful than my workout regimen is the amount of rounds of golf that I played last year.
Man, now I feel
So
I agree.
oh, don't.
I
Don't feel
agree,
bad.
Brian. You need to drastically change.
I need to play
this
more.
stat.
Yeah.
You
And
need to change it stat as well.
Yeah, definitely. So, like going into last year, coaching baseball takes up a lot of time. But my original plan was like, okay, well, if there's no baseball on Saturday or Sunday, whatever day it happens to be, like that morning is going to be my time to go golfing. And I did it a couple times because, stuff comes up. So I really just got to make it more of a priority to get out, even if the kids don't want to go with me, or if they do want to go with me, whether it's 9 holes or 18 holes, sunrise or sunset, just figuring out a way to maximize some actual on course time is what my goal would be. So hopefully I'll have like 30, 35 rounds with a couple of trips, even if those are all 9-hole rounds, that'd still be acceptable to me.
That'd be a pretty big increase over this year, right? You were 9 rounds this year?
Is that
Is that what you
like
said?
9 rounds this year.
Ugh,
Yeah.
that's painful.
Yeah.
I have a new goal.
What?
By the
What
way,
about you, Hayes?
met somebody just real quick. I met somebody yesterday.
No, Matt still wants to talk about himself.
Who was wearing
What is
Weird.
This isn't about me. I saved that for my new show coming to YouTube called 4 Hours with Matt. It's a guy was wearing a
Where I
shirt.
wear a monocle on the course.
That's right, exactly. There's a guy wearing a shirt that said, "I have a retirement plan," and it was a golf ball on a tee, and it said, "My plan is to play more golf." And so I said,
That's
"I like
fantastic.
your shirt," and he said, "Thank you. It's going great." And I said, "Oh, are you already retired?" And he said, "I am." He said, "How many rounds did you play this year?" And I said, I don't know, 40, I think. It's not quite one a week. And he said, "I managed 159." And I said, "What, are you out here?" And
Wow.
he said, "No, I'm in Colorado." I said, "How? I don't understand how that's possible." And he said, "Well, I'm a member at 2 places. They're sister clubs. So I pay for one and then I get the second one basically for free. And I can play at either one every day." And so he basically plays golf every day. So that's my new plan, is to move to Colorado. Starting right now. I'm not even telling my family. I'm just moving. I'm just gonna FedEx some Christmas presents.
Surprise.
I love you.
Merry
you.
Christmas.
Exactly. No.
Yeah, I got.
But I've never heard of anybody playing that many rounds. And he said apparently the year before he played 175. So he was upset that this year he was slightly down.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's a great retirement plan.
There you go.
There's members at the course I play that play 170 to 200 rounds a year.
Yeah, I got paired with I was a single, got paired with 3 guys. One of them, this was in July, and the guy bragged that he was playing his like 120th round in July.
So
and they were
it's
all at that course. So I mean, he knows the course.
So it's 4 days a week. I mean, what are we
Wow.
talking? Like,
Well,
right?
These-
3 days. 3 days.
the guys
4
that-
days a week.
The guys that do it here play every morning. There's like
Mhm.
it's like from 10 to 11:30. They block off the tee times for these guys 5 days a week, and they play every day.
That's so great.
It's the literal dream. It's what I'm working for.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I'm so obsessive about the health and fitness and the working out stuff, is because when I reach that point, I want to still have like physical capability to do it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And still play from the regular tees,
For sure.
that kind of thing. So, yeah.
Are
As
you
for me,
Hayes,
it's-
Hayes, what are you
said
looking
the
at? Yeah.
tips, right?
Oh, damn it.
You,
One at a time.
we all
all-
went for
we
it.
just
there. It
pounced.
didn't work.
I was making a joke about you currently playing from the ladies' tees. I think Brian was making a joke about something from the tips, and then Jason made a joke about something else. So, damn it.
Yeah.
I play
right.
from whatever tees are middle of the road. You know what I mean? Not too
There we-
far,
That's right.
not too close.
The Goldilocks zone.
All right. These tees
That's
are
right.
just right.
Yeah.
No, my plan. So, I mean, I don't really need to do like a fitness resolution or any of that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm pretty good about
Yeah,
that.
we know. Mhm.
I just wanted to throw that out there. What I do struggle with every off season is getting some like real full swings in and making actual contact with a ball, even if it's not a real golf ball, like a wiffle or a foam.
Yeah.
I just had an online lesson. I've got some drills to do, but they do involve like full swings. So I've got a setup at home where I can hit wiffle balls. And the instructor was like, I want you to work in this action and you don't need to be really concerned about where the ball's going right now, which is kind of perfect. I explained to him like, hey man, I need drills that I can do inside because it's cold and snowing outside. And he's like, yep, I got you covered. And he sent me some stuff. And that's really my plan, is to just make sure I do that this year. Cause it's very easy right now to come home, it's finding the time to get full swings, right? When you're
Mhm.
when you're busy running the kids around to sports. Like my oldest son just started his travel baseball workouts, like last month.
Wow.
Scouts, ballet. My daughter's in the Nutcracker this year, which I'm really excited about. But she's got a ton of practice, rehearsals and stuff like that. So it's when to do that stuff, right? Which is the challenge we talk about all the time. Is
Yeah.
where to get in steal those 5 to 10 minutes or in 20 minutes to try to get some of those reps in is the challenge. But I'm hoping to actually get some full swings in over January, February, and March.
That's awesome. My 4.5-year-old yesterday at 3:30, it was 3:29. He turns to me and he says, "Can we go to the driving range?" And the driving range
Yes.
they sell their last bucket at 4:00. And it is 28 minutes from my house to that place. And I said, "Get your shoes on."
Good thing you have a Tesla Cybertruck.
Yes.
I have a Sienna. I have a Toyota Sienna minivan that is a hybrid. So it is not exactly a smoke show. And we jump in this thing. I'm like tightening his seat harness and starting the car at the same time. I'm like reaching behind. I'm like, "Here we go." And we got there at 4:00 on the nose. And I ran into the shop and I had called ahead saying like, I'm coming. I did.
Large bucket, please.
I haven't told my wife this. I stopped the car, threw the hazards on, said, "Don't go anywhere," ran out of the car and into the pro shop and got the tickets for the bucket and then back to the car. And I said, "We did it." And he was so excited. And we hit a bucket and the sun went down and we putted basically in the dark. The moon was out. It was awesome. But it's one of those things
fantastic.
where
Glorious.
I really try not to push it. I want him to want to do it. And so it's one of those things when he wants to, I'm eager to try to make it happen. But when he turns 5, he can actually come on the course with me, which is awesome. So like, we'll be able to like ride around and there's a little par 3 near me, which he can, we can walk and play. So looking forward to that. But yeah, you got to find, you have to find
show
time.
about that.
Oh, I honestly I'm so, and I mean, I'll have him mic'd up. I'll be mic'd up. We'll get the whole thing. It'll be a 3.5 hour par 3 round.
Is he going to have his own monocle?
He has a top hat. I have the monocle. He has a top hat. So
Who's got the cane?
Right.
That's
That's my
be
daughter.
an 8-hour video because you can't you're gonna have to play them like this was hole 1 from my perspective. This was hole 1 from their perspective. Because
I'm gonna get him a POV cam, like
so
a
there's gonna be
cam.
no like editing time.
That's right.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, and then AI edit, I'm sure is a thing. So I'll just and it'll make perfect sense. It'll be.
Your son's going to be so confused when he watches professional golf. I'm like, "Dad, why aren't they wired up?
Why
don't they look like cyborgs, Dad?"
When Homa did I don't remember, they had him wired up for one of the holes.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they put like an AirPod in his ear. That's not exactly the same thing as what you're describing, dude.
That's not even close to like Hayes and all of his training aids. I mean,
that's true.
That's true.
What am I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps it's time to wrap this one up, fellas. What do you think?
Yeah.
I suppose the last thing we ought to say.
It's perfect because I need a little bit more of this, so this is perfect time.
Mm.
Yeah, I got like my last. I'm down to the bottom nostrils there. Yeah.
So, what's the name of that moose? It's not Morris. It's in the original.
Bullwinkle.
No.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
No. Oh.
No, it's in the original Vacation movie. They go to the Wally. It's Wally. They go to Wally World. It's Wally the moose. So, and then John Candy is the person who tells them, "Stop, friends," because the park is closed. They get all the way to Wally World in the original Vacation, and they can't go to Wally World. Is this another one you guys haven't? How have you not seen Original Vacation?
Yeah.
I mean, the ref I can understand.
I haven't.
Hands up, I'll own that one. But
Yeah.
Hayes, you got to watch the Original Vacation. That's your job this Christmas.
Okay.
Your job is to find some time, throw it on. Christy Brinkley's in it.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna love it.
It's a good one.
You're not the boss of me, but you did mention Christy Brinkley. I'm
Hayes, we know you're the boss. It's okay.
Right. Oh,
it's
geez.
okay.
You're our very own Tony Danza.
Hey.
But I'm Angela.
Well, since I'm Right. Oh, jeez.
There's a whole swath of people who don't know what I'm talking about, but that's okay.
No, I get it. It makes me very uncomfortable, but I do get it. Yeah. Well, all right. Let's end this thing. I suppose the last thing we ought to say is Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and a big thank you to everyone that's listening to us. Stay tuned. We got a lot more planned over 2025. But frankly, Jason, Brian, Matt, and I, we enjoy the hang and getting together and talking golf, and that you're taking time out of your day to listen to us means the world to us. We're going to keep doing this, whether or not we've got 2 listeners or 2,000. So thank you. Appreciate it. Fellas, Merry Christmas.
Thank
Merry
you all.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks, everybody.
Happy holidays
I
to you
think
guys.
I have our send off. So
Oh, here we go.
cheers from the Bogey Ball Society. We're middle of the road.
We do need a send-off.
cheers.
Yeah.
That's MOTR. It's like Lord of the Rings, but it's better. It's actually not. It's less good. It's middle of the road.
I don't know if I'm good with this. If I'm the boss, I'll consider this. I'll put it that way.
I'll put it in writing.
Peace out, everybody.
You'll get a memo. All right. Bye, guys.
There we go. Bye.
Oh. Welcome back. So that was the special. It's a Merry Christmas to you, and the holidays, and the Hanukkah, and the Kwanzaa, and the other. It's too much nog is what's happening. It's just too much nog. But I'm gonna rally. I'm gonna think about coffee. Here we go. And we're sober. This is the most exercise I've had in a long time. Let's bring this down. Let's get close. Let's get close real quick. This is borderline creepy, but I just wanted to take a second and say thank you. The absolute best part about getting to do this for the past few months is getting to share it with you. Hayes, Jason, Brian, myself, we're honestly just excited to get to share it with you guys. It's been a dream of ours for over a year to be able to do this, to be able to just hang out and talk shop and have some guests on. And the fact that there are even a few of you who are interested in hearing what we have to say, interested in hanging out with us every week is pretty spectacular. So I actually did drink this, just so you know. This is not a prop where I poured it out. I drank it and probably too fast. So in about 20 minutes, I will be feeling it. So here's to you. Here's to 2024. Here is to an amazing 2025. And I'm really excited to see what happens in 2025. Like, who do we have on? We've already had on some unbelievable guests. We have some more in store already to start the year with a bang. And yeah, we are thrilled to get to share it with you. We're thrilled that you get to be a part of it. Please email us, bogeyballsociety@gmail.com. Please email us. Ask us questions. Ask us what we think about the new releases that are coming up in 2025. Ask us to, suggest topics. Suggest having certain guests on. We are open to suggestions. We are also open to making fun of you for bad suggestions. So, use your brain. Don't think, oh, I want man on the street interviews, because we probably won't do that. Also, what man? What street? Be specific. Anyway, I'm rambling, but I blame the nog. Anyway, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. Am I forgetting any? Probably. But I blame my upbringing. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Mom and Dad. Super grateful for you. Super grateful for you joining us today. And have an amazing, amazing holiday season with your families. Cheers. How close can I get to this thing? It really is good. I'm just gonna say, it's really genuinely delicious.